Now, this is sealed. Was sealed, supposed to be sealed. So, once again, when she proffers, when she lies in court, usually you can't check her in real time. Okay? But this time we can. Thanks to you stealing the file and unsealing it, now we can check her in real time. She told Judge Weimer.
On the record.
During
our Brady motion.
I mean,
she's telling him that the only time the children were spoken to is in a forensic interview. But here I have a document.
So will Judge Weimer allow her to lie and keep protecting her?
Forget Judge Weimer. Mustafa's defense attorney, Brad Haywood, why is he letting this prosecutor lie in court? Shouldn't you put this in a motion and put it in front of Judge Weimer and tell him this prosecutor lied during a Brady motion? I have a document. By the way, this document is not the only thing I have.
This is not the only document.
I have you have
a body cam of Davis.
Exactly.
Calling Kylie, who's a minor. He has her on speed dial. And as soon as he's done with the phone call, he turns around and calls Sarah Sammy to update her on what he's doing.
But she wants to tell Judge Weimer the only time the children were spoken to is in a forensic interview.
And she specifically says to Judge Weimer, on the record, she says, I'm not aware of anybody speaking to the children. I'm not aware that there was any conversation outside of the CAC with the children, with
the minors. She tells him, I'm going to go find out, Your Honor.
I'm going to
go find out if the children were spoken to.
How about this?
Wait a minute.
We will find out for you. And there is your document.
I mean,
we did the research for you.
The disturbing part is that Prosecutor Sarah Sammy is saying this to Judge Weimer. Right next to her is Stephanie Buck, another prosecutor this case.
They all know.
They both met with 16-year-old Kylie. I mean, I have a document right here in front of me. On March 18, 2024, at 1:31 p.m., this was entered on that date. On March 15, 2024, ACA, Mallet, Sammy, and myself arranged a follow-up meeting with Kylie Clapp,
a witness, an alleged witness, by the way. So exculpatory evidence. This is all Brady material. All of this is Brady. Anytime the witness makes a statement, that's exculpatory evidence. The defendant has the right to know what the witness has said and if they contradicted a previous statement. I mean, that's the whole reason why Mustafa is entitled to what the witnesses say. Because if they contradict their story, then they're lying. That's exculpatory evidence. That impeaches their character.
Where is the body cam from this meeting? You're telling me you're meeting a child without body cams?
Forget the body cam. Where is the narrative from this meeting? There's no narrative.
It's not there.
There's nothing. I mean, for all we know, Sarah Sammy, Jason O'Sullivan, and Stephanie Buck called this minor to coach her on what to say during trial. Because if you remember correctly, trial was about to come up. So they're prepping the child for trial. Imagine that. She tells the judge that no one coached the children. No one prepped the children before an interview. Yet here she is on a document prepping a child for trial and teaching her on what to say.
Now, this was okay, so let me continue.
I mean, that's crazy. You have a prosecutor who's handing over sealed material to a minor, and you have the defendant, the person who's accused of a crime, not allowed to read anything? Isn't that crazy?
How is he supposed to prepare for his defense? I mean, he sits in jail without a bond.
It's unbelievable.
And he's being kept out of the whole entire discovery. And they tell you, we're not sealing it from Mustafa. Wait a minute. How is Mustafa supposed to go through his body cam? How is Mustafa supposed to go through these documents? How is he supposed to prepare a defense?
He's not allowed to. That's the bottom line. He's not in Prince William County. You don't have due process. They put you in solitary they hold you in jail, by the way. They hold you in jail so that you can't form a defense. You're being held in jail so that you cannot form a defense. And that's the strategy. It's not about reaching the truth. It's not about uncovering facts. No, it's all about playing games. They're playing this judicial system. Okay? They're playing it so that they can get the upper hand. And when they lie, you can't check them in real time. I mean, who's going to check that Jason Nance didn't say that? We had to go out and meet up with Jason Nance and tell him, hey, did you know that Robert Drum is saying that you were in a car with Mustafa and Mustafa crashed it and he gave you traumatic brain injury? Jason Nance is like, what the fuck? I never said that. I never said that. Okay, I mean, you have a video of it. I never
have
said
a video.
that. Okay,
Yep.
so again, you held someone, you took away somebody's freedom because you lied. Because of that lie, you took away that man's freedom.
I mean, you know, I find the disturbing part about this document here. In court, she tells the judge that the children were only spoken during a forensic interview. But here, I have a document that she met up with this minor, this child, and there's no body cam. There is no. They don't even put in the discovery what they talked about. Now, what I find disturbing is this prosecutor has been lying about Kylie. She tells Judge Weimer, Your Honor, I have a witness that's going to come forward that Mustafa premeditated this murder. Wait a minute. The problem here is when I open the body cam, there's a body cam, a forensic interview. There is a forensic interview of Kylie. In the forensic interview, this forensic interview is sealed. Now, in the forensic interview, Kylie says, I never saw anything that I'm telling you. I never saw what I'm telling you. I never heard what I'm telling you.
She only met Mustafa once.
I mean, this is
imagine?
She
only met him once.
This is a child that's separated by CPS from her mother.
So she's not allowed to be in the
She's not allowed to be in the apartment. She lives with her dad. And then on body cam, she says anything that I'm telling. Basically, she's making lies about Mustafa. And she says anything that I'm telling you, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Wait a minute. You've been telling the judge for 2.5 years that you have a witness that Mustafa premeditated, but your witness on a body cam that you sealed, prosecutor, says, I didn't see anything. Is that why you sealed this file? Because by the way, this is a theme for all the witnesses. They bring in witnesses, bring in alleged witnesses, and then on body cam, you hear them say, I didn't see anything.
Look, when Sarah Sammy says, I'm not aware that anybody met with the minors other than the CAC, right? The psychiatrist or
the forensic interview.
Forensic psychologist.
Yeah.
Okay. That is recorded. That's a recorded interview. Then why is it that Javen, the 14-year-old, tells the psychologist, he specifically tells her, detectives told me Mustafa crashed the car, killed my mom, and left my sister to bleed to death. And if he hadn't fled the scene, my baby sister would have survived, but he left her to bleed to death. And the psychologist is saying, she says, Javen, how do you know this? He says, the detectives told me. So, therefore, we can all agree that Officer Romero specifically, who is praised up and down this discovery report, okay, with how he handled the children, okay, we know that he coached these kids and they lied to these kids. They lied and they told them that Mustafa intentionally crashed the car, killed your mom, and he fled the scene. That's what they're telling them, that Mustafa fled the scene. When we know for a fact that Mustafa was airlifted to the hospital. He was in a coma. And Chad Mason spoke to him. Robert Drum knows about it. Matthew Surdam, the whole police department knows he was airlifted to the hospital. So why is Romero, why is Drum, why are these officers telling the children that Mustafa fled the scene after intentionally crashing the car and killing your mom?
Let me play that body cam for you.
I mean, that is crazy.
I mean, this is disturbing.
So when Judge Weimer says, wouldn't you find it troubling if someone had coached these kids and told them, we need you to get this guy? It's much worse, Judge. It's a lot worse than you think. It's not about, they didn't tell these kids, we need you guys to get this man off the road. They didn't tell them that. No, they lied to them and told them, this guy just killed your mom. Okay? We need you to put him in prison forever.
He left your baby sister to bleed to death. And if he didn't run away, if Mustafa didn't, they're telling a child.
And by the way, what is
a 14-year-old?
What does the child say? He says, Mom always told me to trust Mustafa.
I always trusted Mustafa. That's what the child.
Mustafa. So he always trusted Mustafa until Romero told him, Mustafa just killed your mom and fled the scene.
Forget what the child just said. There's a Google Nest videos. There's a Google Nest videos inside the apartment, days on days, that shows this child loves Mustafa.
But this goes back to Sarah Sammy and how she lied to the judge to his face. She lied to the courts, and we can't say, oh, she wasn't there. She doesn't know if the police met with them. There's a document where she's meeting with the minor. There's a body cam where Rob Davis is literally calling her after he speed dials Kylie, the minor.
The real question is Mustafa's defense, Mustafa's attorney, Brad Haywood. Why isn't he holding her accountable for lying to the judge? I mean,
That's a very good
Mustafa's
question.
defense attorney, Brad Haywood. Nothing
That's a
against
very good
Brad
question.
Haywood. By the way, I have a great relationship with Brad Haywood. But I'm looking at key material coming out of this case, and this
is
defense
the
attorney is going soft on the prosecutor.
This is the material facts of the case. This is what the entire case is built on. The whole case is built on a bunch of kids that were weaponized against Mustafa, an officer who played with his dash camera, okay? Robert Drum, who destroyed Mustafa's vehicle, okay? And now they want to say you were arguing in the car. There's no argument in the car. Clearly, there's no argument. The dash cam does have audio, but they're hiding it so that they can say, well, we say you were arguing. We got a lip
By
reader.
the way, they're terrified because that's coming out. Now there's on a table, the judge ordered the extraction of the SD card. And now they're terrified.
But he ordered that back in September. So the real question is,
What are we waiting for?
if Chad Mason can take the dash cam, plug it into his laptop in his vehicle, and extract the files, why is it taking so long?
It takes you 10 minutes to download an SD card off of a dash camera. The police department has it. They've had it for
and
2.5
the
years.
government already paid for it.
The government already paid for it. They paid for Mustafa's defense attorney to hire an independent expert to go in and download the SD card.
So what's taking so long?
What's taking so long?
Or why is it being sealed by Judge Weimer? Because hold on a second. According to Judge Weimer, he specifically said during the Brady motion, he says, we have to update the protective order to ensure that the family does not get their hands on the SD card audio that's about to be extracted.
Why are you sealing it from the family? Wait a minute. Wait.
So
the prosecutor for 2.5 years have been arguing and telling this community, it's all over the news, that Mustafa was arguing with his girlfriend, but we have a dash camera that has no audio.
And they brought in Bruce
But here,
Savinsky.